Let's talk about this case. Boy, this case has me fired up, and it is eerily similar to the pregnant mistress murder trial that we have going right now in the penalty phase. So let's talk about this case, and let's talk about this defendant. Let's bring in our legal analyst for this hour. He's a practicing criminal defense attorney. He's also served as a prosecutor. David Gelman with us. David, good to see you. Boy, twice this week. It's very nice having you on the program.
Love it.
And I'm trying to remember if we were analyzing the Soto case, the Jose Soto Escalera case when you were on. I think that we did. These cases are so strikingly similar. Okay, so let's talk about Mr. Isabelle here. This guy, David, he confesses to police. He confesses to shooting Danielle Hoyle, his girlfriend, to taking his baby girl, Kennedy, this beautiful angel who's 2 days old, and throwing her in the river. He confesses. So for anybody watching at home who's like, why are we in trial right now? David, what would you say to that, please?
I'd love to know the same question, honestly. I mean, look, this is, number one, you were exactly correct. This is eerily similar to the Santos case. I was kind of surprised that we were actually doing both of them today. But the other thing is the testimony so far that you're hearing from the girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, you know, it just shows there's a motive that he didn't want to have this baby. He wants to be together with Miss Stewart, and that Brandon, you know, obviously he did the most unthinkable thing possible, and he murdered, allegedly, the baby and the mom. But yet, when you have a confession like that, there's no way that it's not coming in and that the jury doesn't hear it and say, all right, guilty. I mean, you already had all your pretrial motions and you already had suppression motions to try to get it out. Obviously, that didn't happen. It didn't work. So what's going to happen now? He is going to look like the worst guy in the world. And frankly, by the allegations, he may be.
Right, David. Let's talk about something else here. I would love your opinion on why these Tennessee prosecutors aren't seeking the death penalty. So comparing this again to the Soto case in Florida, which is a capital case, and here we have, I mean, eerily similar. As you said, we've got the deaths, you know, the killings of the women who these men, you know, fathered children with. In Soto case, the baby's unborn. This case, the baby's 2 days old, that gorgeous little infant, helpless, you know, and he allegedly throws her in the river. Soto, that was a brutal, you know, a beating, death, just horrible, the way Tanya Wise died. I'm wondering, you know, maybe one distinction, David, I was thinking about this. Unfortunately, baby Kennedy was never recovered from the Mississippi River, unable to be brought home. I'm wondering if the lack of having her body and being able to do, you know, an autopsy, I'm wondering if that was the hesitation. What do you think, please?
You know, Julie, that's a good question. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. I was trying to figure this out myself. Like, why aren't you going for the death penalty? Now, look, I know that they don't have the body, that the body was never recovered, but you have that confession, and that is so critical. And, you know, look, this is National Daughters Day. I just found that out. So this day that, you know, that they're having the testimony, that's even worse for for Brandon, if you think about it. And then you have a testimony of the mom, of the victim's mom and the victim's grandmother. And her testimony on the first day, I mean, you know, bravo to the prosecutors, because that is so powerful. You know, you really come in guns a-blazing to the jury. That is going to be huge, in my opinion.
Oh, I think you're exactly right. David Gelman, I'm so glad we have you with us this hour. Stand by for more questions, please. This case is heartbreaking, just heartbreaking. It happens. Let's talk about it. Let's bring in our legal analyst guest, attorney David Gelman. David, I think we've all been there. It's an unfortunate circumstance to be in, but especially when you've got jury duty.
Yeah, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one before. I've heard a lot of different stories about jurors being late, but this is a good one. And the cop's got to be thinking to himself, "Oh my goodness, what am I doing?"
I know. I hope the cop gave them some consideration and just let them off with a little verbal warning, because, you know, jury duty's hard. It's hard. You got to turn your life upside down, put everything on hold, your job, your family, everything, and then to deal with a speeding ticket too. I sure hope they were nice to the police. Have discretion. Let me get up on my soapbox. Police have discretion when they tell you, oh, it's out of my control. No, it's not. They have discretion to give you the ticket or not. They do. So
1,000% agree, Julie. 1,000% agree.
Yeah, I know. And shout out to all those good police officers who are nice enough to give warnings to people who just, just everybody makes mistakes. I remember hearing statistics like the average person breaks the law, how many times a day if we count all the traffic infractions that happen. It's multiple times. David Gelman, I'm getting word.
Please don't have them not to follow me, okay?
Would you say have them what? Call you?
I just said don't follow me when I'm driving, please.
Don't follow you. I know. Good thing you're an attorney, David. You can help yourself here. We're getting word here that we're ready to go into the courtroom. Are we not, huh? That juror made it? Yeah, judge is on the bench. Okay. Speedy Gonzalez made it in. Let's go into the courtroom now. Looks like they're getting that ticket. Let's bring in attorney David Gelman. We were talking about this earlier because I think everybody can relate to this. It's just an unfortunate fact of life. If you live in America and you drive, you probably have been pulled over at one point or another. And here with jury duty, it's like a double whammy for this individual. David, so let's talk a little bit, if we can, about something the defense team raised yesterday, because today we've got the delay through nobody's fault, right? This juror, it is what it is.
The cop.
The cop, you're right. You're right, my friend. I know if you missed the last segment, David and I want to make it very clear. Police have discretion, don't they, David?
They do, and this officer, for some odd reason, is not listening to Julie, and he or she is not using the discretion that they should be using right now.
That's right. If it's a good citizen, they're doing everything right, they've paid their registration, all that stuff, they don't have a bad driving history, let them go. Give them a warning. It happens. Yeah. So that being said, yesterday, David, there was a delay the defense caused. Said to the judge, "Oh, we've got witnesses that don't want to come to court because they're afraid of criticism on social media." What do you think about the defense raising that yesterday?
I think it's too little too late, in my opinion. Look, I don't know about the social media aspect, but the defense, they have to prepare any and all witnesses for all situations. So the witnesses know, and they knew this way ahead of time. It's not like they knew just at the last second, oh, hey, I got to go testify. No, they knew this way ahead of time, and they knew that there was going to have to be some critique of them potentially. So I think this is really, the defense just trying to do another stall tactic potentially. But I don't know why it would even really have anything to do with anything here. Look, throw everything at the jury. Let them decide at the very end, and then the judge will obviously be the one who makes the final decision.
Yes, yes, I couldn't agree more. David Gelman, great analysis as per usual. Drive safely as you head off to court today. We'll see you back here very soon.